Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Scary Stories by the Campfire. We are your counselors this evening, Jason.
Jeremy.
Oh God, he's taking the glasses off. Trying to be cool. And this evening, we are talking about Resident Evil Afterlife, which is what the fourth movie in this series so far.
Yes.
We're on movie number 4 out of what, 6 in the Alice saga
I believe
of
so.
films. Uh,
Oh, we lost.
let's get down to brass.
You're cutting in and out. Looks like Wesker's taking control of, Umbrella's taking control of Jason's computer right now. Are you back now, Jason?
I'm pretty sure I'm back. I'm back. Did I get him out of my system?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't know.
So
I'm
yes.
controlling my computer like Wesker or like Alice.
Yeah, they don't
He likes
want
to take control of Alice.
shut her down.
Shut her down, and it still doesn't work.
So, yes, Resident Evil Afterlife. Woo! I'll be honest. I don't remember much.
Yeah, it's kind of a hit and miss type of movie because well, technically, okay, here's my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. I thought this movie was okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it.
Eh.
I thought the premise of it. Like I've been saying throughout this entire series, and it's probably going to be something I continue to say throughout this entire series up to the very end, is that if they didn't have the Resident Evil name attached to it, it would probably be higher in my books.
Yeah.
But but considering that this series is called Resident Evil, and yes, it has bioweapons in it. Yes, it has characters from the game. It just doesn't the way it should. So, um, yeah. But overall, I think the movie was fine. I think the movie was fine. I like it. It's okay.
You would be the one who says, it's fine. No, it was bad, Jason. It was bad.
It's
And
it's fine.
I say it was bad because it was. I mean, she lands a plane on a building where they've made a makeshift rope from a aircraft carrier. Her plane almost falls off, and the guy's like, ah, pull it down.
Okay, some of it was, a little bit crazy, but
And then
but I like
our makeshift
here's the
pyramid head with his meat tenderizer.
yeah, that's funny. That's funny. What you mentioned the pyramid head guy,
It's great value pyramid head.
or the Axeman or whatever you want to call him. But here's what I thought was really really funny, was that when the credits or the opening sequence was happening, and they were listing off all the actors in the movie, all the actors, right? They had Kim Coates, right?
Sure, I guess.
Who he's in like I'm pretty sure it was Kim Coates. He was in like Sons of Anarchy,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and he was in Silent Hill, right? And let me just double check, make sure. Yes, that is Kim Coates. Yes, and so when his name popped up, I went, oh, Kim Coates is in this. Who is he playing? Well, I don't remember in this movie. What is he playing? And then when she's flying around or whatever, and that Asian guy or whatever, he goes over to that siren and he starts. Oh no, it was the Spanish military guy.
Yeah.
He sees the plane up there and he starts cranking the air siren. I was like, and then all of a sudden Kim Coates, dude, you're running to the wrong movie. Just because you hear a siren doesn't mean you got to run into the movie. This isn't Silent Hill. Turn around. do it again. And but of course, he's playing some sort of bad guy, I would say. And yeah, so this movie felt like a lot like a not like a heist, what do they call 'em? A siege movie, is what this felt like. It was a siege.
Yeah, and it had, you know, our video game characters. Some of them came back, like Claire Redfield. She's back. Yay, Claire!
Yay!
Jill Valentine's in this movie for like 30 seconds at the end of the movie.
Yay!
Ada Wong's back in it for the first time for like 30 seconds at the end of the movie. Yay!
Wait, Ada was in this one?
They did a little glimpse of her walking at the end in the post credits.
Oh, I must have missed that one. Yay!
And Chris Redfield,
My boy Chris.
which we've started, like we mentioned yesterday, or last week, I mean, we wanted to start something new, which is our favorite scenes. So,
Oh, favorite scenes.
Jason
Oh, I just repeated you.
will be first.
Yes. Give it to the class.
I don't think there's any volume to this one for some reason.
Okay, well, let me just explain.
Well-
Camera zooms into a locked box. A man stands up. Walking out. Actually, I don't know why I'm describing it like this because he's
Wait.
quite
Oh, he's talking.
Oh, is he talking?
So, the reveal of Chris Redfield was
Chris Redfield.
Jason's favorite scene.
Yeah, I picked that scene because I'm a big Chris fan, and I don't know. I'm just kind of like the big everyone that I talk to, everyone that has played the games, they always remember like Resident Evil 4 with Leon.
My boy Leon.
And when I see like the animated movies and stuff, it's like, look how awesome Leon is. I'm like, Chris was first, right? He was there at the beginning.
He punched a boulder.
He punched a boulder in 5.
He's
So,
also in. He's also in 6, or not 6. He's in 5, and then he's in 7.
He's
in
7.
He's in the DLC of 7, and he's the main character in 8.
Village?
Or not the main character, but he's in Village too.
Oh. Yeah, he looks different though. He's got like that scraggly kind of look to him.
Hobo look coming out. Hobo Chris.
He doesn't look like the Chris from.
But
I honestly have
it
a hard time remembering these characters.
and it's funny because the people that we've seen so far look more like.
And Wesker, woo! Forgot Wesker.
It's-
Wesker makes it.
Oh yeah, Wesker is in this one.
Just blow over and you got the picture in the background and you're just like, oh yeah, Wesker was in this.
That's true, but this Wesker was a badass.
Yeah, actually,
He's just. It's what?
Yeah.
Leon wasn't in this
Yeah.
movie.
Leon's in the next movie. We're gonna get some Leon. Trust me, we're gonna get some Leon. And it's but the thing about this, the thing that
I wish they would have dressed Chris like they did in the show or in the game, like they dressed all the other Stars members in Apocalypse.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care the way he was dressed. It's just kind of like, and I actually do like the actor for this.
Oh, the actor was great.
Wentworth Miller was in Prison Break, and he played. And speaking of Prison Break, here's a fun little trivia bit for you. Where did I just see it? Okay, Wentworth Miller. Okay, this comes from IMDb. Wentworth Miller jokingly admit is nervous about his character Chris Redfield being similar to his Prison Break character Michael Schofield. In both cases, he is in a prison, and his first lines are, "I know a way out of here." And I mean that poor guy. It's like he did Prison Break. Um, I think he did this one. He did this one, and then he was Captain Cold in the Flash series, which I think is the reason he did it into the next movie. I could have sworn he was in the next movie, but apparently he wasn't, due to I think scheduling conflicts with the Flash series that he was doing at the time.
So here's a fun little note. During filming, Mila Jovovich shot out a $100,000 camera.
Oh yeah, I did read that.
Literally,
What were they shooting? What were they shooting? Were they just
am I frozen?
shooting guns out on? I don't know. Are you not on my screen?
Oh, that's weird. So on Twitch I am.
Oh no, Jeremy's frozen. Well, the whole.
Did they hack me now too?
Oh God, Wesker, get out of the system.
Yep, she's saying she says I'm frozen, but y'all can hear me fine, which is.
I mean, yeah, I can hear you.
Fine.
No one comes here. No one comes over here to listen to see our faces.
That's the weirdest thing in the world.
It's all about our voices.
Apparently. Oh wait, I think I fixed it. There I come. Okay, we're back. Get out of my system, Wesker. So yeah, she shot out $100,000 camera, but then the zombies with the big flower mouth, so the Demogorgons, those are actually lifted directly from Resident Evil 5. And it's interesting to note that they're called Mangini, are not the result of the T virus, but from the parasitic organism created by Umbrella's rival Tricell Incorporated, that's based on the arachnid Las Plaga parasite discovered in Resident Evil 4. And the movie does not provide any explanation to why they're there.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing about this movie was that all the way up until this point, all the zombies were, normal zombies. And this one, all of a sudden, they just start flower mouthing. They just, and you're like, okay, why are they doing that? I mean, I get that, Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5 were really big at the time, but you have to give an explanation. You can't just go, it's just the way it is.
So apparently the Scarab devices are also from Resident Evil 5.
I do think that I didn't realize they were in 5. I didn't play a whole lot of 5. Well, heck, I haven't played a whole lot of Resident Evil, period. But I know, like, when Jill shows up at the end of the movie with the blonde ponytail and the whatever battle suit, and she's got that thing on her chest. That portrayal of her is ripped straight from, I think it's Resident Evil Revelations. So, so they're pulling stuff from the game, but they're not actually describing or explaining why.
So, random note. Sean Roberts, who plays Wesker, he plays Rogue's boyfriend she kills at the beginning of the X-Men movie.
Did she kill him? I thought she put him in like a coma or something.
Something like that. But
that was him?
He also auditioned for the part of Chris.
I know a way out.
Which leads us to why Wesker is such a badass with
His glasses.
my favorite scene from the movie.
God, I think I know what it is now.
Become quite an inconvenience for me.
I told you I'd be bringing a few friends.
Should have brought more.
So yeah. Just
And he
any what?
just letting you know. Tried.
Any what? I didn't you cut out.
Oh, I said he doesn't do that in Dead by Daylight.
No, he just goes
Talking about the
"Ugh."
Yeah, you know the stuff that he does because I know he's kind of like the prime antagonist in like Resident Evil 5. When he's going against Chris and whatnot throughout the game, and he's got like the tentacle stuff and whatnot. He's bonded to something, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got the virus. It's a strain of the T
Yeah,
virus.
He's got something, but in this they don't ever portray that. It's just that he's got super speed, super healing, and super
Flower mouth coming out of his mouth.
yeah, that too.
Where he's eating
Just-
people.
I think Wesker as Wesker is pretty cool. I think Wesker as like Super Wesker was kind of lame. I didn't like him too much.
Yeah. I especially like play him at Dead by Daylight when someone's running from me, and if you do hit him with the charge, you like pick him up and run him against the wall.
Charge into the wall. Yeah.
And just
Okay. Chris, why did you catch that? Shoot him! He did catch those glasses like they were cool. He's like, oh, cool, look at that. I want to catch those. Okay.
Man, I wish I was this cool. I wish I could throw my glasses like this.
Hey guys, I want here's a fun little trivia fact for you. Here's a fun little trivia fact for you. Who out there loves Supernatural?
Me.
Jeremy likes Supernatural. I know Ravenfire absolutely loves Supernatural. Now, who out there loves them some Jensen Ackles? Huh? Come on, throw them hands up.
Me.
You know you do, Jeremy. Yeah, that's what I'm
Sammy.
saying. What? Yeah.
Sammy.
Uh-huh. Ravenfire loves some Supernatural. She loves some Jensen Ackles. Well, guess what? Who could have played Leon in this movie? Jensen Ackles.
Chris.
Yeah.
Claire.
You had yourself. What they needed to do.
Alice.
was- Yep, they could. They could have. You could have had a Leon with Jensen Ackles. I mean, that was the forethought. I don't think it ever made it beyond like him auditioning or anything like that. I think it was just an idea they were wanting to put out there and hopefully maybe get to work. But yeah, never really happened. You get Leon in the next movie, and we can talk about that.
I'm so glad he didn't leave Supernatural for this crap.
Well, I mean, he when they were doing when he was in the middle, I don't know which season of Supernatural it was, but he actually auditioned to play Captain America.
Yes, and he was
And-
offered the role of Hawkeye.
Yep, they gave him the role of Hawkeye, and he turned it down so he can continue Supernatural. I'm not entirely sure if it was like I don't know if it's going to make a whole lot of money for me or if it's going to be a like a popularity thing. I'm not going to be as popular, but yeah. So I mean, the fun things people do. So he gets to play a corrupted version of Captain America as Soldier Boy in boys.
Yeah, and they even brought Bobby.
Bobby. Well, wasn't he the guy who? What was that? Robert.
No, that's
What? What's,
it's not
what's
Robert
the guy's
Singer.
name?
It's
Oh.
I can't think of his name. But
Yeah. Well, run off on a tangent. So, this movie, like I said, it's kind of like a siege movie. It pretty much starts off with. How did this movie start off, Jeremy?
she flew in on her plane to the island.
Yeah, but there was something that happened like right before that.
Oh, it was the Tokyo thing. Where they had
Oh,
like
yes.
multiple clones of Alice fall through the ceiling with samurai swords and just mowed down umbrella people. And Wesker was there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
see,
I remember.
I'm telling you, man, I don't remember much of this movie. It's very uneventful.
I remember everything like after she landed on the island and found Claire. I barely remember the beginning, but yeah. So you're right. So it shows like Tokyo has their outbreak.
Yep, they call it
And then
biohazard there,
Yeah, well,
which is a
that's the
reference
funny
to
thing.
when it was. Yep.
In Japan, it's known as biohazard. Here in America, it's Resident Evil, I guess. So yeah, you could be playing Biohazard 4. I don't know if they changed the name or not, but Biohazard Code Veronica. But yeah, the one sniper pops one. He's like Biohazard down, or whatever, and they get attacked, and Alice and all her the Tokyo facility. And here is what I absolutely hate about this film series. Okay, there's things that I do like about it.
Psychic Alice.
Quite a few things. Huh?
Nothing. Keep going.
No. It happens several times throughout all these different movies. Is that they will introduce something and get rid of it like at the beginning of the next movie. Like at the end of the last movie, it's like, guess what? You have a whole bunch of clones. And you're like, it's going to be amazing. And then they start this movie off with the clone battle. And then 5 minutes in, they just blow the whole thing. Just blow them all up. There's no more clones. And then Alice loses her powers. Stupid. Alice gets injected. And apparently, it takes away all her powers. And she's like, thank you. Thank you for making me human again. And then the plane crashes, and apparently she's the only one who is supposed to survive. Not Superman Wesker, but boring human Alice. And then she's just on a plane flying to Arcadia.
That's where she finds Claire with the little crab on her chest.
Little crab on her chest. A little jewel thing, yes. And yeah, pulls it off and flies her from Alaska to LA. That is a long flight, I'm presuming.
Yeah,
Especially
it has
in
to
that
be.
that little World War II prop plane, that thing that she's flying. But apparently, LA is completely destroyed and still on fire, ironically. Everything's still on fire, still smoking. There's, and what were your guys' favorite parts? There we go. Getting a little chat excitement up in here. Yeah, so she flies into LA. She sees the people on the top of what was that? A prison? It was a prison.
Yes.
It was a prison. It was a really tall prison. And here's something, guys. You have a couple of survivors. You have Luther, who was like a former basketball player. Um, you had Kim Coates' character. He's supposed to be some sort of producer. You had that Asian guy, whatever his name was. Um, he was like what his intern or something like that. Um,
Yeah, something like that.
Spanish, that Spanish military guy, and you had the English um, waitress actress, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw the movie, I said, "Ooh, that is a really large prison that these people have locked down." Apparently, and there was like one other guy in there with Chris. That was it. But they had this huge, and this thing was like a skyscraper tall. Skyscraper
Yeah.
was huge. It was really tall, and
It's a lot of stairs.
oh, it's a correctional.
It's a correctional detention. It's pretty much.
Correctional detention.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Like a facility, a correctional facility.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Well, all I know is that watching this movie and seeing how like 5 people can hold this huge correctional facility, and then going back and watching The Walking Dead, and then not even, and then barely able to hold one wing, it just makes me wonder, like, what are these guys doing that the people in The Walking Dead can't do? Apparently, everything is just.
The Walking Dead is better.
Ironically, for an R-rated movie, with the amount of like, violence and stuff in it, there's not a whole lot of gore. I think I brought this up.
I didn't see any. I saw a couple bites, but that was about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but like I said, I think I said this a couple episodes ago. The effects in The Walking Dead are much better than in this movie.
Oh yeah, this last episode I just watched because I'm rewatching it. The guy got his arm bit, and you can see, like you said the first time, the muscles and the tendons and all that jazz, like just stretching out of his arm. Then they kill the zombie, and they tourniquet his arm, and then you just watch him hack his arm off with his hatchet, and just watch all the muscles just come apart as he's just hacking away at it.
Yeah, it was like, you see when, I mean, Shaun of the Dead did it. I think we already said that before, where someone gets pulled out and they get torn apart. You get to see everything get pulled, and these movies, when someone falls into a crowd of zombies,
They fall on him.
it's like sinking into water. They just kind of sink, and they stick their hand like, oh my god, and that's it. And they just oops, sorry. And then they just disappear, and you don't get that. Everyone loves the sunglasses part. It's probably one of the most cheesiest parts in this entire movie. Like,
It's just the way they
who would
did
do
it.
that?
It's just the way they did it. He just was like,
Oh, and just for you guys at home, this movie is 3D.
oh yeah, it was a lot of woo. The next one's 3D.
And the only reason that they did this one in 3D was because Paul W.S. Anderson saw Avatar. He saw Avatar, was like, we could do that. Let's make our movie. So in pre-production, they started working with like the 3D cameras and stuff like that.
Yeah, apparently all the equipment was so heavy that they had to do it on a Segway.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt. I mean, I hope. And then Mila shot one, I guess.
Did they have like a real gun on set?
That's what I was just like. How do you shoot one? I mean, that's how people get shot. With all these accidents and whatnot that have been happening. So she lands at the correctional facility. They make their introductions. Chris is locked up in the thing. Apparently,
He's a soldier.
he said, yeah. Well, I mean, he was a Stars member in the games and kind of became he started working for the BSAA or something like that, whatever it's called in the game. Kind of like
It's a
the
ca-
new. It's like anti-umbrella.
yeah, it's a
It's like
counterterrorism thing for bioterrorists.
Yeah, biosecurity analytics and awesome, awesome analytics. But so he is in the games. He's portrayed more of a soldier kind of character compared to like Leon. But so in this, I think in this movie, I think they did Chris well. I'm not saying he's great or perfect, but he's done well, and he's not entirely used up like say Jill in Apocalypse,
Mm-hmm.
where she's just every time she tries to be the cool character, you want to see her. You're like, this is Jill. This is the character I love from the games. Let's see her be awesome. She starts to be awesome, and then Alice shows up and just kind of pushes her to the side. It's like, I'm the cool one. I'm the one with the powers. I'm the star. This one, not so much. I do like to see that Claire and Chris kind of team up. Um, and Alice did get kind of a butt whooping in this one. She got beat up quite a bit. So
She did.
that was nice. That was nice to see.
Yeah, it's
But
it's good to see her get her tailpipes kicked in once in a while.
so they so they find out that Arcadia is not actually a place, but it's a boat. It's a boat. So
I'm on a boat.
they make
I'm on a boat.
a really well more of a shipping container or shipping cargo.
Yeah.
cargo. And so they make their way over there, and they gets on the boat, and come to find out that the boat is a front for Umbrella. Dun dun dun.
Okay,
Because Umbrella.
what isn't a front for Umbrella?
Yeah, Umbrella. owns
Everything.
I think
This chair
when
is umbrellas. This podcast is umbrellas. Congratulations, Jason. We're now employees of Umbrella.
I don't want to be. You have 30 seconds to give me the umbrella pledge, or you die. Jigsaw is now Umbrella. Evil Umbrella.
Alice. In 15 seconds, the door to this room will lock. You must survive the waves of zombies. If you cannot, you will surely perish. Make your choice. Live or die. Oh, real quick, just because I did that voice and it popped up. Yesterday, I watched an episode of Seinfeld with him in it.
Tobin.
Tobin Bell. He played a
You can't see me.
he played a music store owner that like buys records. He like jumped over the counter and started getting into a fist fight with Newman and Kramer.
Wow, really?
And I was just I want him
Yeah, I
to
guess
I want
that's-
him to be like, you sold me crappy records and wouldn't take $5. I want to play a game.
You know, put them on a giant record, and they have to get off before they.
Before the needle
Before they
gets to him.
But yeah, I ended up watching this movie twice.
Really? Was it just as bad the second time go around?
No, I was trying to like prepare myself specifically for the episode because I know we talked a lot about improvements and stuff we wanted to do, so I figured, give it another watch. And me and my girl, we were watching it, Raven and I. We were watching it the second time, and I think going through it a second time, we did notice a couple of other things, but of course, everything being a front for Umbrella, she's actually got the entire set. on DVD or Blu-ray. I can't remember which one. She's got the entire set, and when we were talking about everything is owned by Umbrella, we had just caught a glimpse, a picture of like the screen for Resident Evil, the final chapter, which is the last one, and it's got Alice sitting there, and she's got her guns, and behind her is this burning building, and the building, the fire in it, is shaped as an umbrella.
Yes.
And I was just like, so what you're telling me now is that when Umbrella pays for destruction, they pay specifically to have their emblem burned into the side of the building.
Well, that's like that one scene with the Alice is attacking the Japanese centers. And so, first off, how many underground bases does Umbrella have underneath everything that are just secretly underground? These things are huge.
Jeremy, you're forgetting that the Earth is hollow. So you put as much in there as they want. They just put them all over the place. I wonder how long it took to build them. They have them, let's see, they had one under Racoon. They had one under Tokyo, I believe.
One under Vegas. Or around Vegas.
Yeah, I think they had they had one out in the Nevada desert. I think in the next one they have one in like the Russian Sea or something. It's over in Russia.
But going back to what I was saying about Umbrella being expendable, that scene at the beginning where he's like, tell security to flood the main entrance with nerve gas. Sir, our men are still up there. Any more questions?
Yeah. Wesker don't play around.
I was actually looking at goofs. So at the end of the movie, when Alice confronts Wesker, we notice that Chris follows her in. However, when we see Chris and Claire later, they appear behind Wesker, even though they took the same path as Alice, who was in front of him.
They got sneaky. They turned on their invisibility. And
they just they Jim carried their way across the room.
Yeah, I mean, the end fight for this was fun. I think what makes this movie okay for me is that it's not bogged down in like a whole bunch of plot per se.
Yeah.
Because I remember it very quickly. It's big battle in Tokyo, or like the clone battle in Tokyo. And then she flies to Arcadia.
You didn't even remember that.
Well, I barely remember that, yeah, but when you mention it, it goes by so quickly. It's like a 10-minute, 15, 20-minute segment. But they do the fight, wipe out all the clones, turn Alice human. She flies to Arcadia, picks up Claire, flies to LA. They spend the entire movie there until they get to the final, the last chapter of the movie where they're on the cargo ship, the Arcadia, and which happened to be a front. They cryogenically freezing people.
And he would eat them.
Vault 111 all over again.
Nom 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 nom.
Yep, that's where they found Kmart. Hey, remember her? And yeah, so they have their little fight, and once they're done, Wesker escapes and gets blown up, but he'll most likely be back.
Oh, yeah, he already recovered.
Oh yeah, that's right, he did recover. And and then right there at the end they have the Brotherhood of Steel. I mean Umbrella.
Yeah,
flying in, the big giant, all the stuff flying in, and Jill giving the orders to we're gonna take them all down, and all the people that they had released were on top of the cargo ship, and which was so funny because they're like, yeah, we can make this. It was Chris, Claire, and Alice, and they were in the what do they call it, where the captain is.
Oh, the bridge.
The bridge. They were all up in the bridge, and they put out that new little signal. They took off the old signal and put the new one on there, saying it's pretty much as I was saying the same thing, but now they were gonna make it something for people to be saved. And like 2 minutes after that,
Saved.
Umbrella, yeah,
Like Negan saves Jason? The
saviors,
saviors?
yes, the saviors. So they were gonna, people were gonna continue to show up, and then I guess they would make it a safe haven for people like that. And Umbrella shows up like 2 minutes after and wrecks the whole thing.
They always do.
And from what I gather, they do the exact same thing. They set up this big battle that's going to happen, and apparently in the next movie, you just kind of skip the battle. That's what I hate about these movies. You set something up, and then you toss it away.
Well, it is time to look at some ratings. Some
Ratings.
Resident Evil ratings.
Well, I like that. Too bad we're halfway through the series by this point now. It's not going to stick like the Jigsaw voice. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen.
I want to play a game. Even though the Saw franchise is over, Jigsaw still lives within all of us, and the will to live.
No, you got to do your Wesker voice, Jeremy.
You've been a rather pain in my butt. Oh look, a family reunion.
Now let's get to some numbers.
Alright, IMDb on a scale of 1 to 10 with 178,000 votes. Let's see what happened. What did people think on IMDb of Resident Evil Afterlife? Any movie that's got Afterlife in the name typically doesn't do well. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not Afterlife. Maybe it's Apocalypse. There's like one name that people put on into their movies, and it just never does well.
Resurrection.
That's it. All right, so we got the votes in. Anybody else? Wait, give it a couple more minutes.
Yeah, you got like Halloween Resurrection.
Hey, that one was good. It had Busta
Alien
Rhymes.
Resurrection. Look at her be all diplomatic. You both were very good.
Jason, I think you do the better Wesker voice.
Do I?
Yes. But you'll never be able to do the Jigsaw voice.
I don't want to do the Jigsaw voice.
Who is better in the voice? Wesker or Jigsaw? All I want is for you to talk to me. I want to play a game, Wesker.
And I don't want you to hold my glasses. My sunglasses that apparently I never take off because I have 13 more in my coat. Remember your favorite scenes where he throws the glasses, but then he automatically just pulls out another.
No, he takes them from them.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did take it from him.
Like, Chris is holding them, and he just speeds over and, like, punches them, like, 3 times and takes them back and puts them back on.
Puts him back on, like, that was cool. I threw them, but I want them back.
PJ, you've been cryogenically frozen with Wesker. He might eat you later.
Maybe.
Ravenfire, you got eaten by those dogs that's head split in half. I don't know why they're there. They're just there.
Because they're my pets.
Wesker, you are correct. It was 5.8 out of 6. You've caught your sunglasses after throwing them in midair.
Thank you. Oh my god. So this movie got a 5.8?
5.8 on IMDb.
Oh god.
So,
yeah, I mean, I'd go with it. I actually, you know what? I'd give it.
I give it a 4. It looks like Umbrella is hacking his computer again. Only this time it's frozen on a very stoned looking Jason. Not even gonna lie, Jason. So, and everyone's. Oh my god, I think. No? What? So we lost Jason. I don't know. Oh, it's me. My whole internet just shut down.